And let's get the English cast here working and bring Crossfire to the Western audiences. Flipside is here, gonna be in the same situation they were last round with that 5-0. And for me, this is the point where you have to wonder why FaZe can't pick up this op into this round. Because you have to think that's a dead Liang Liang if he has the op there in FaZe's hand. So more questions for me about what FaZe is really, or not even, or what the team, excuse me, scrambling my words there, what the team is thinking when it comes to, especially on Ankara on the defensive side, why they don't have that. Does look like we were offline. I will find out. I am looking into it as we speak. But a nice shot again there from Liang Liang. First kill of the second half for him. Spreading them out one apiece. Tome going to pick up 2 on the round. And that will tie things up again. And this is eerily similar. Does look like we did disconnect there for a while, so I will make sure heads get bashed in if we're not keeping a closer eye on it. I apologize, guys. But we are back now. So let's get into it. What a double kill there to close out that round for Flipside. Did miss the majority of it, but that will put Flipside back into the lead here at 6-5. And trying to push this to a third map. They are in a pretty good position here on the defensive side. Although I can't say it enough, I'm still wondering what the mentality is here behind Flipside by not using the op here on Ankara on the defensive side. I think it is a map that is incredibly well suited to sniping. There's so many good angles to hold. Especially if FaZe is going to hold from that location. That location is so well held by a sniper rifle. It seems very strange to me that he could be a really nice flash here. Oh, couldn't quite get it done there as did Dennis, but Kreese is going to cover his back. Doesn't get the double, and that will be a pretty clean entry here as a double kill for Talme on the entry, and the bomb will go down. It's going to need to be a 3-on-4 retake here for Flipside. And U9 should be able to get into some nice post-plant positions here. Snock's going to get it one early, and FaZe in a good spot here to do real damage. And it wasn't quite enough. They lost the duels up top. And it does look like we may have lost one player there. Does rejoin immediately, so no big issue. That was Lung Lung. And now Talme sitting at 7-1. 7-1 already on the second half. That is an outrageous score for 3 rounds. Playing really well for himself right now. And Dennis still looking to pick up his first frag there, but pretty well covered across the board there from Flipside for the rest of the members. And we do see Snock's going to be holding this bar area. There's a big kill. Can he pick up the second one? He doesn't. He just one and done there. But Seven will get a chance to make a similar play here. And he could be in a really nice position. He needs to take it a little bit slow here and be quiet. Oh, does take down the bomb and gets the double. Big play there. And he does know where the bomb is. And that will give Flipside back the man advantage. Oh, FaZe in a bit of a rough spot here. Does look for the flash outplay. And he does get it. Really nice flash there by FaZe onto Talmay. And now Joel, the only one left alive. It does look like he might be given a chance to pick up the bomb. Does take a bit of damage there. And the firefight is coming out. But it will be Seven in the end that closes it off. And nice round there from Seven. 3 on the round. And 2 big ones to drop the bomb and really completely disjoint the U9 attack there. Was pretty much over once he got those 2 kills. 2 smoke grenades coming out in chorus. We hear them. We do see 3 now on the 3 main doorways there, which sniper rifles like to shoot through. Nice pick there onto FaZe from Joel. Gonna get traded for a kill onto Cool by Dennis. Ooh, he does get out with his life. Nice grenade there. Should try and slow them down. He does go down though. Trades coming back and forth, but it ends up U9 with the man advantage, and should be able to get onto the site and plant the bomb. They do flash out Seven. Ooh, nice shot there by Seven, and that's going to even things up into a 2-on-2. Seven and Snox will be coming from the same angle, and does get a double there, and now it's into the 1-on-1. Talmay just 1 shot away from death, and yep, he will pick it up there, Snox. And plenty of time on the defuse here. We'll put Flipside into 8 points, 1 away from that match point, or that map point, excuse me, in order to force this 3rd map. Looking like it's been a pretty good defense, but moving forward, it is 7 now on 8 kills, tying with Talmay. It's been the 2-man show here. Dennis going to look to pick up some more here, only sitting at 1 and 5. We do see Lung Lung peeking through this A corridor. Bomb will get picked up by Cool here and move towards the mid area. Might see a B tunnel execute, but got some pretty good positions here from Flipside if that is the case. Do have 2 holding near that bar area, and Seven should be the first man to see this come across. We will see what he can do to slow it down. He should be able to be in a good position to at least slow this down, as he will have good cover and the ability to run away pretty quickly. It will come down to what Seven can do here. He does have a lot of people looking at him and doesn't get the chance to back out. Does get taken down immediately, but that will signal the rotations to come across. Creed's going to have a tough job here to hold on his own. He is getting reinforced now as we speak, and Snock's going to have a shot to get. He does get. Ooh, and nice kills here coming across for Flipside. Talmay is going to trade out 1. Cool's going to take another, and now the 2-on-3 going to be up to Dennis and Snox here. The bomb is yet to go down. They're going to have to get it down before too long. It does look like the plant will come out now. And Snox going to have to create some magic here. This one could be very tough. And yeah, that Cool taking down Dennis will pretty much signal the end of this round here, as Snox on very low HP does get taken down. And it's now 7-8. Starting to feel like this one could go to overtime as well. U9 gonna need to put 3 rounds together if they want to take it in regulation. Flip side only needing 2. Will be very important for them to pick up this next one and put it onto that guaranteed not losing yet, as it were. 9 points always feels a little bit more comfortable than 8, especially when it's so tight like this. Do you see the standard smoke lines coming out here? Except for maybe short one there towards the cafe. It does come out now. Or excuse me, it does die out now. And do see the smoke in mid die out as well. And it is going to be the tunnel play again. 7 did change his position, and he will be able to hold it from a different angle here. Does take it dropped immediately again. Snock's gonna have to get the hell out of Dodge. Well, FaZe in a good spot there, couldn't quite take the trade. Bit of green smoke coming down now. Ooh, nice one. And trades coming back and forth across in the favor of U9, as now it's a 2-on-4, and now a 1-on-4. Creed's the last man standing, and is going to get killed there by Joel off for a double kill. And that'll tie things up, I believe. Yeah. 8 apiece here. Same as last map. U9 and Flipside playing each other very close here. If U9 able to pull out the 2-0 victory here, definitely not going to feel justified with how close this has been. Could see another overtime come out. Of course, obviously U9 winning the first overtime. It was 5-1 on that overtime map. And Creed's gonna need to hold here as the execute has come out onto A, and we do see nice pick up there by Creed. He's gonna get the double, and that's gonna put Flipside onto match point pretty much. All that's left is to go ahead and take out Joa. That will be left to FaZe. Creed's really well played there, holding that position on his own and picking up at least 2, maybe 3 in that round alone. And now big round here for both teams will be the last round of this map. Will U9 push it to overtime, or can Flipside close it out here in regular time? Definitely going to be feeling the pressure here on both sides. Player cams looked pretty calm, though. Perhaps just another day at the office here for U9. And FaZe in a good spot here. We'll see. Joel probably will be expecting that balcony hold there from FaZe. And looks like we might see the B tunnel execute again. It's worked once for them, but got stuffed the second time. And again, it's going to be up to 7. He's yet to be able to trade this. Or, excuse me, it's worked twice now for them. 7 going to need to get a better trade out of this. Creed does do well here. And going to take it from a different angle as 7. He's not yet to go down. He does get back around, and he will take one out with the pistol. And that should be map win here for Flipside. Still, Joa left alive. Doesn't have the bomb. And will get taken out here by Dennis. And that's a big win there for Flipside. Will get at least 1 point on the board. Nobody going home empty-handed. It's going to be settled here on the last map. Will be team deathmatch on Mexico. And definitely going to favor U9 in that one. The European teams both coming over here for the CFPL are not especially well versed in that team deathmatch Mexico. It's been a staple here in the CFPL since its induction, I believe. At least as long as I've been following it, since Season 5 and 6. But really well done here by Flipside to pick up this second map. The one question I do have is how long can FaZe continue, especially on a map like Ankara, where sniping can be so fruitful if done well. How long can he continue to play these assault rifles and pick up wins like this? We saw him pick it up very, very little, a little bit, almost not at all here on Ankara. Maybe we did see it pick it up a little bit more on sub base, but only when playing the tunnels, pretty much. The only time he picked up the Barrett, he lost 2 duels, I believe, with Lung Lung on sub base. He will almost definitely be picking up that AWM in Team Deathmatch. And it's time to see just some progress here on Team Deathmatch from Flipside. The U9 not the strongest Team Deathmatch players themselves, but definitely will need a bit of a miracle here for Flipside to be able to take this 2-1. But at the very least, they will put points on the board. Nobody going, again, like I said, no one going home empty-handed. And with MGC's 2-0 loss yesterday to HG, that Flipside is guaranteed to move out of that tie. But if they can find a way, well, let's put a pin in that for a second as we look at this 1 versus 4 here on A site, and then 1 player from Flipside on very low health trading out 3. The comeback at 2-3 here. We do see the attack here from Flipside. Does look like it will come. We do see 3-man stack here on the A site, with Cool holding that tunnel, Talmay holding the stairs, and here we see Joa and Shadingwan here in mid. And Dennis does get picked out here immediately from Joa. Nice headshot through the wall, if I remember correctly, yes. And then that does, however, signal the execute to come out onto B side, and they do get their free left completely unattended here. And feeling pretty good here for both teams. Flipside has the bomb down in good post plant positions, and picking that one up onto 7 was big, but Snox does trade one back. FaZe takes down 1, 2, 3, and does just barely get taken out there, leaving Joa on 0 health. And with time running down here, again, similar to the playback we saw from Subbase, Joa does get both of them, but not nearly enough time to get that defuse off. I think well played from both teams. Flipside doing very well to prevent a round loss from being a possibility at all once they got into the 2-on-1. They played it very smart, but Joa showing that he has the mechanics to win those duels on just a little bit of life, maybe 15, 16, does win 2 duels. But that's why you play it so calmly there as Flipside, is if you play it correctly, there's no way, even if he does win those duels, that he can win the round. And we've seen that twice now from them, once on Subbase and once here on Ankara, proving to be more important here on Ankara as they do take the map win there, tying us up at 1-1. Of course, Mexico TD coming up will be difficult for Flipside to hold up here to the U9 onslaught. Pretty much any Chinese team you have to favor in that team deathmatch. But let's go ahead and look at some social media posts here. Of course, the question is, which areas on the map are important, are famously held by people and important to hold. I might wait for the next one to come out, as I am too far behind this one. But let's see where I can get through. Talking about the positions, I don't really know which ones, but I think Chong-R and some other mechanically skilled players can play a lot of different positions well. The deepest impression I have of that is when TGF and played VG, and on the global risk side, Chong are on Black Widow A point from. I almost got through it. Of course, talking here about JE on AG's member here, that the positions he holds are a lot of positions he holds are very good. He's very good at the 360 headshot. Should give him his own map. Yeah, very good player there over on AG. Been around in the scene since basically season 1. Has been always a very consistent lurker for AG, and looking good again this year as they are tied there at the top of the table. Again, we have a 3-way tie currently at the top of the table between AG, SV, and Q9. Looking like, oh, let me see again. Of course, I am an old school, an OG White Shark fan. I've already said Bean spot, like the places an area Bean is known for holding. Lincoln K for HG has a spot on Compound by the A small door solo spot. I think sub base too difficult to get through. I apologize, especially when they write the names in Chinese and I gotta translate them. That takes my brain a second to get through that lag, but we'll work on it moving forward. Of course, you can get in on this conversation by using your Weibo and scanning the QR code and posting with that hashtag CFPL. Of course, on your screen here are our Chinese casters. Some of you may recognize the man on the left there, former player from EP, and on the right here, a streamer and caster in Wutong. Nice there on the left. Or, excuse me. I've lost my mind here for a second. I think I'm right. Yeah. Anyway, again, getting back to our match here between Flipside and U9. Definitely, I think Flipside did a good job of what I wanted them to do there on that second map, which was find a way to control Leonong. But we are going to go ahead and take a break real quick. We'll be right back with our third and final map.
专为游戏竞技定制，冠军战队专属选择，龙珠女子战队倾城代言，专业电竞显示器 iGun 爱攻。
Welcome back here, ready to get into our third and final match here, Mexico Team Deathmatch. This, of course, is the social media. Use your Weibo to scan that QR code to get in on the conversation and have a chance to win some prizes. I think going to be hard-pressed for Flipside to pull out a victory here on our last map. Still, both Flipside and Penta still very new to the Mexico TD, which will be so important for them to continue to work on, as it will be the third map every time here in CrossFire Pro League. And for me, just want to see some improvement out of them to keep it close, and maybe if they get a little bit of momentum going, find a way to pull out this 2v1 victory here, as it would be so important in the standings for them. They will at least both teams will at least walk away with 1 point here. And it's so tight that down there at the bottom of the table that it's very important for both of these teams. Of course, following this match, we do have White Sharks versus TDCQ coming up immediately after, so don't go away. There will be more Crossfire action coming at you. As well as tomorrow, again at 2 p.m., we will have more matches, and Sunday at the same time. So stick around with us and come back tomorrow. We'll have plenty of the Crossfire Pro League to bring to you. For me, though, it's going to be important to see Flipside come out swinging here in Mexico TD. Let's go ahead and get into it. Final map decider here, U9 versus Flipside. Should be coming out fast and furious here into Team Deathmatch. The first kill's going a double over to Creeds. Looking to pick up 3. Doesn't quite get it. But we will see Flipside jump out to an early 3-2 lead here. And it's going to slow down almost immediately. Dennis will take control of the middle house here, which is so important on Mexico TD. And Faye's going to be looking down this long sight line on the weak side. Arches on the right for Flipside and the left for U9. And Creed's going to get another kill here. Already picking up 3 for himself. Nice pick there by FaZe, but is going to get taken down by Joa. And then kills coming back and forth across. Still really tight here in the early parts of this Mexico TD. Flipside remaining in control of that middle house, but will now be taken by U9. And a nice double kills coming out for both Snox and a couple of the U9 members. And that will tie us all the way up here at 9 apiece. Flipside staying in this one early, and Joa picking up a nice double kill there, and going to give U9 the lead here, just barely though. Very close here. Flipside need to get out of their spawn here though. Could be in real danger of dropping some points here, as U9 has all the map pressure and a huge 4K there by Talme. Does look like that nice flash. Oh, a big grenade. They're going to strip tons of health off of Leona. Nice double kill by Shaldingwan. Going to turn it into a triple. And this is where you really see Flipside struggle on this TD match, is once they lose that map pressure on the strong side there, on boxes, if they can't push out as a team, you will see a big advantage start opening up. And it does start to happen here, as already 6 kills in the advantage for U9. They will go ahead and pick up some nice kills on the weak side here on Arches, but Cool just remaining in control of this middle house area, and boxes does get reinforced now, and Flipside wasn't able to get out on the map in time to regain control of the strong side of the map, And that's going to be trouble as Talmay is going to try and get into the spawn there. Up flip side, he does get shut down. Cool in a nice spot here to do some damage. Get nice headshot. He will get shut down, but not before doing a lot of damage. And already a 10-point lead here for U9. And just completely bottled up in their spawn here is Flipside. Nice kill there by Snox. Going to need a couple more down through the strong side to have a shot at taking back some of this map pressure. Cool getting a double kill for himself. And now looking like it's going to go all the way of U9 here in this third map. Flipside has to do something to get push out as a unit from their spawn, as they're just getting ripped apart here until they can get out of this area. Snox going to pick up a nice one there, but can't move forward as Lung Lung gets a triple kill there from a very aggressive sniping spot. FaZe in a nice spot here could relieve a lot of map pressure, but gets dropped immediately by a great pistol headshot there from Lung Lung. Shading went just running riot in the Flipside spawn, and this is just getting out of control quickly here. Already a 14-point advantage here for U9. Flipside, again, just can't seem to get any map pressure back here. They keep trying to utilize the weak side arches over there to try and get map pressure back, but they can't. They keep losing out there as well. Going to be a big win here for Snox if he can do it, and that could relieve a lot of the map pressure here, especially with this follow-up kill. And it does look like finally Flipside will get back up out onto the map, but still only charging through that weak side of the map. They're going to have to win some duels here from the middle house in order to gain that pressure back on the strong side. And it doesn't quite happen there for him. Trading pretty evenly. Gonna need to win that duel there. And 7 does do it, but Flipside not charging that advantage. They opened some space there, but then didn't step into it. And that allowed U9 to retain their map pressure and continue to push up from this devastating angle that Cool has right now towards the spawn. Just really hard to get out, especially with Shadinwa going to get a free reign in their base. And just feels a little discombobulated from Flipside on this map every time. Gonna have to see them in the future work on capitalizing on the kills that they get to exert map pressure and retake ground on the map. Otherwise, yeah, Salme just showing you how devastating this angle can be onto the spawn. It's so hard to break out of there. That once you do finally get those kills, and you have to take that map pressure back, or you end up in situations like this where it's just that a 5k 6k from Talmay, and just it's not too surprising here to see this from U9 against Flipside on this map. Still a lot to learn here for Flipside moving forward on this map, but do see some bright spots here. Snox and Creed's almost even there on their KDAs, but getting ripped apart by Talmay especially, as well as Lung Lung with a triple there now, looking for more. Gonna get the quadra. Can he get a 5k here? It does look like he has a shot at it, but Snox takes him down, and Talmay gonna trade out that kill onto Snox, and back and forth we go, starting to slow down a little bit here. Flipside does look like they might have a chance to get back out on this weak side, and they will take control of the middle house, and they've actually pushed back on the strong side too, and they are finally taking that space, and we finally do see a situation where Flipside can start doing damage to U9's points here. And that's a nice big kill, double kill there by Dennis. If they can move into that space, 7 tries to, but Lung Lung stops it there with that double kill. And as you see, U9, once they get those kills, they immediately take that space on the map and exert the pressure that we need to see start happening from Flipside. Once you make that space, you have to take that presence on the map. You can't move backwards, or it's not going to end up very good for you in the end. Nice double kill there by Salme, looking for more. In a good position to do so. Gets the triple and the quadra, and does get taken down in the end there, but running riot is Lung Lung and Salme. Salme with already 30 to his name, 100 kills, 104 now, less than 50 kills left in it, 76 for Flipside, so they have looked better on in this iteration of their Mexico TD than they have in previous ones. We'll look to see them push up over 100 kills here, just to see some improvement out of Flipside. Does look pretty reasonable. Xiaodin went in a great position there, playing it very slow. Will get at least 2 for his troubles. And Joel and Cool also in really nice spots here. Is going to go ahead and get 1. We'll get the second and fall back. Now 115 to 80. 7 does get away with his life, but takes a lot of tag damage for it. Creed's with a nice pop out there is going to trade it out. And that should be pretty much all there is to it. Nice 3K there from Cool. Looking for more. Can he get the 4th? No, he cannot. Snox does shut him down. Lung Lung picking one up on it. Dennis with a double now picking up Snox. And 1, and they just continue to drop here in the Flipside spawn. Less than 20 or about 25 kills left in it here for U9. Again, I want to see Flipside get over 100 to just continue to show some improvement on this map, as it's going to take some time for them to be proficient at it. That's not unfair for them to expect. It's not fair to expect them to take wins out here on this third map. That's what makes it so tough for Penta and Flipside here in their first season of the CFPL to pick up these match wins. If they don't do it in 2, it's probably not going to happen. And we see that playing out here now. Nice double and triple coming out from Salme and Lung Lung respectively. Going to get a triple and a 3 and a 4K now on their sides. And now getting a 4K for Lung Lung. Does try to kill his own teammate there, but that will leave about 8 kills left in it. Only 3 left here for Flipside to get to that 100 mark. And definitely seeing some improvement. They need to learn when to play to that weak side over here on Arches, and when to take the space that they've earned from that strong side. 3 kills left here, 2 kills, and that they do find that 100 mark. Gonna lose by about a margin of 50 here. That's a double kill there for Lung Lung. Creed's gonna pick up a double kill himself, but Joel Oz is gonna finish this off here. 150 to 101. And that will be the 2-1 victory here for U9. And not much to say about that one, except that Flipside needs to learn that if they can pick up those 2-3 kills coming out of their spawn onto the strong side, that they have to move in and take that space in order to gain that map pressure back. You can see how it starts out pretty even early, but if one team is able to maintain that map pressure, they start to consistently build up point leads. We'll give 1 point over to Flipside with that Ankara win. Definitely felt like they had a chance at the 2-0 here today, but went to overtime in map 1, couldn't quite finish it out there, and then ended up losing 2-1 overall in the score. But we did see a 5-1, 9-9 to overtime on sub base, followed by a 5-1 overtime score, and then I believe it was 10-8 there in regular time for Flipside on Ankara. So that 1 point will, again, as I said, push them out of their tie with MGC and into sole possession of 10th place. And U9 with that win will continue to move up the standings, I believe, into possession of 6th place. I cannot remember exactly what the standings look like. Of course, following this match, we will have, of course, White Sharks versus TDCQ. Will be an interesting one. TDCQ playing pretty well recently. And White Sharks fresh off a 2-0 loss to SV, I believe. That was 2 days ago, I believe. I am repeating myself, sorry. That TD really takes it out of you as a solo caster, so give me a second to recover my faculties as we start looking towards our next game of the day. For me, White Sharks has looked pretty good here early on in the season. You would expect them to maybe be hovering around that middle of the pack in the standings, but have really been pushing towards the top half, which has been so tight this year. Again, as I said earlier, there's that three-way tie for first right now, which should start being settled out here in the coming days. And then, of course, for TDCQ, just probably looking to get some points on the board here against White Sharks. Not the end of the world if they don't win it. They're definitely a new team to CFPL, trying to just stay out of that relegation zone. And if they can, maybe try to sneak into playoffs. Them and MGC trying to fight the Chinese teams trying to fight their way out of the bottom of the table. For U9, this win here today will do a lot to push them out of those lower spots. And of course, yeah, as I said, there will be two very, very, very interesting matches tomorrow. Let's take a look at this here. Discussing how Shishi plays on sub base with that sniper rifle, very good at it. For example, in 2016 at TGA versus EP, he pulled off a 1 versus 5 there. At that time, very impressive from him. As I was saying though, that tomorrow will be two hugely important matches for TGF, between TGF and SV and HG and AG. For me, TGF looking like the newcomers into the CFPL. A lot of old faces, but on a new team, and they definitely have a chance to take it to SV there, as well as HG looking lower in the standings than you typically expect out of them. Sitting down there towards the bottom of the table until they did pick up a 2-0 yesterday, which was big for them. Looking at our next social media post, talking about on Black Widow, on the short, what that would be, short B, on the short B, I remember there someone, who is that? I can't think of what the English name is there for that player, picking up a 3K on with his AK from that location. Yeah, and remember, of course, you can use this code here on your right to join the conversation and post your own thoughts about these topics. This one discussing Emzin playing from the wooden door on sub base. And that one went fast. I apologize, I did not get enough time to finish that one. Coming up here, of course, is TDCQ and Baisha White Sharks. We should be heading for a break here momentarily, but don't go away. We will be right back, of course, with that match, which has some pretty big implications themselves. If either team can pick up a 2-0, it will do a lot to distance themselves from each other, both sitting there around the middle of the pack, as White Sharks has been pushed down out of that top spot. White Sharks, I believe, sitting there around the 8-point mark, and TDCQ sitting around the 3 or 4-point mark. So will definitely favor White Sharks in this one, but TDCQ definitely has a chance to show some magic here, as we've seen them pick up some points recently and show a bit of class. Excuse me. Of course, on your screen here are our Chinese casters. And I am, of course, Stephen Lawai Craig. It does look like we are going to hit that break right now. We'll be right back with our next match. Welcome back here to the CrossFire Pro League. I am your caster, Stephen Lawai Craig, and getting ready to bring you White Sharks versus TDCQ. Two teams struggling a bit recently. White Sharks came out of the gates flying. They won matches against U9 2-0 as well as against AE 2-0. But when it comes to TDCQ, they've lost some pretty reasonable matches. You know, you don't expect them to do very well, a team like that, new to the scene, to do well against teams like AG, which they did lose to 0-2. They did take TGF to a third map and losing in the end 2-1. And then they did also lose to Q9. So they've only lost to... They've had a pretty difficult strength of schedule up until now, but you know, you kind of feel like White Sharks has as well, except for maybe their 2-1 victory over Flipside might be a little bit more expected. They did also, TDCQ also did get a chance to play Penta, and they did drop a map to them recently. That was a couple days ago, and so two sides that have been struggling, but you definitely probably would give the nod here to White Sharks as kind of, you know, a team that's been around longer. They've had their ups and downs, you know, their highest point, of course, being winning, I believe, Season 7 against AG, a very memorable moment with as they were definite underdogs in that match. And then all the way down to maybe a season, 2 seasons ago now, where they were dropped all the way down to the second league and have now fought their way back in. They had a pretty low finish last season in Season 9. And now in Season 10, kind of starting to show a bit more form, and you definitely look to White Sharks, the players that have been there for a while, to really get work done here for them against TDCQ. Although, that being said, it has been STTT who's been struggling of late, not with the highest KDA. We should get a chance to look at these rosters here in a second and discuss this a little bit more. I will also be interested to see ban pick. I expect TDCQ to maybe ban Port here against White Sharks, as typically the newest teams into the CFPL don't have the best Port. Probably the weakest map for teams like them, U9 and MGC. But let's go ahead and look at the rosters first here, starting with White Sharks. Some names you may recognize here from... Although I have actually been really impressed. Oh, looks like we will get a new... excuse me. I'm stumbling over my words again here. Chiar here with a 1.56 of massive KDA there for him. Not super impressive on that headshot rate. And then SSST, excuse me, I put it backwards. It has been improving lately, pushing himself back up above 100, therefore the KDA. And then EE, I have been pretty impressed with him of late, sitting there at the 1.58 KDA, struggling a bit on his headshots. And then I33, of course, has been on the team. Both he and SSST were there for the CFPL victory in Season 6 or 7. So look for them to be the leaders on this team. Wei, I was impressed with in their last match against Penta, playing very, very well. I believe it was Penta that was their last matchup. No, it was SV. That's right. They lost 2-0 to SV, but Wei did look very good in that match. And see if he can't continue that today in a much easier squad to face here in TDCQ. If if White Sharks can play with the form that they have had earlier, there you go. A name you might know him better by there. You see a part of it on his monitor there. Solo, perhaps better known as Solo, name change here to I33, which I'm not so happy about, as it is much harder to call. EE here has been playing very well throughout the season. Maybe not his best performance against SV. See if he can't bounce back a bit here against TDCQ. But definitely some good leaders on this team. Still yet to see one of these players really come out here and show that they can be the kind of franchise player that maybe White Sharks is missing. A lot of people expected STTT or SSST, I always get that backwards, I don't know why, SSST to step into that role, but it hasn't quite come to fruition in that way. I know he's very well respected in the CrossFire community, especially out here in China, but he just hasn't quite had those carry performances you expect from him. And then moving over here to the TDCQ lineup. Again, a pretty young squad out here, new to the CFPL scene, but some players that are not. Sunny here, going to be sporting at 0.83 KDA, having a 4K be his highest. 1.21 here for Xiao Tian. 151 total kills. Pretty nice headshot right there of 0.46. 1.12 KDA here for Xiao Diao. Struggling a bit with those headshots, only sitting there at a 0.12. Former member here of Red Lantern, Xiao Longlong, sitting here at a 0.71 KDA. I do believe he also is a former player of Huya. 0.73 here for Xiao Lili. And gonna look to try and improve on that a bit here against White Sharks, but not gonna be very easy for TDCQ. Again, I will be very interested to see how ban picks shake out. I would guess TDCQ might ban Port, but I'm really not sure what they're gonna choose to do here. I doubt we'll see White Sharks be allowed to play on Ankara, as I think that is one of their better maps, but I think it's a pretty open ban here for them. I don't think there's anything that is a must ban for White Sharks, but maybe Port might be a must ban for TDCQ. It also will depend heavily on who did win that coin flip, as it is always nice to get the double ban for yourself. We should be getting into that ban pick really soon here, as we see Tian Tian on your screen now. Looks like they are looking for sponsors there on that right jacket sleeve. Nice shirt there, heroism. Lots of smiling faces over here on the TDCQ lineup. Looking like everybody ready to get into the game. Again, I'm waiting to see what this ban pick looks like, because I'm really not sure which direction it's gonna go for them. These teams probably have met in the past, perhaps when White Sharks spent their time in the secondary league. So they would know better than I what the ban's going to look like. Here into our featured matchup will be Xiao Tian versus Wei. And again, Wei, I've been especially impressed with him. Perhaps it will be him who steps into that franchise player role for White Sharks. And Xiao Tian is sitting there with a pretty nice KDA, but not compared to the 1.43 of Wei. And we'll see how this shakes out moving forward. Definitely going to keep an eye on these two, though. And finally, we do get to see this ban pick, and it was TDCQ that won the coin flip. And yeah, they will go ahead and ban out Port as expected. Ankara going to be the White Shark ban, so the antithesis of what I said. And Mexico, also not super surprising, probably the two least well-versed maps there for TDCQ. They're going to pick onto Black Widow 2.0, and White Sharks is going to follow that up with Subbase. And will select to go on the defense first for Ankara. Or excuse me, for Black Widow. And I think nice there for TDCQ to be able to win the coin flip and get the chance to also ban out Mexico. But let's go ahead and get into it. Our second and final match of the day, White Sharks versus TDCQ on Ankara. Let's get started here. White Sharks, of course, will be defending. And here we go into it. Pretty aggressive start here from TDCQ. Trying to stop out any aggressive push that might be coming from White Sharks. There wasn't anyone there. In fact, a pretty casual defensive A right now. There are plenty of members in the area, but a lot watching the bridge there. And it will be actually Chiar there, number 4 for White Sharks, alone on the B site. But Xiaolonglong for TDCQ, number 3, is playing over there by himself. And it does look like we might see a pretty significant clash here in the mid. Although the bomb is put down, it does look like they are going to give some chances here to see if they can't get a pick. Spray coming through the door isn't going to find any purchase. But it will be Diao Diao who gets that pick there onto Wei. And if the featured matchup is something to be trusted, then that could prove to be a very important pick here early on for TDCQ. And it does look like they're going to try and work off of that pick and move the bomb over towards that B site and allow Xiao Tiantian, number 2 here for TDCQ, to lurk around towards that A site and see what he can't get done after the execute comes out here. It might just be a 3-man execute. Chiar in a nice spot here to get a nice flash here. He does flash out 2 and win 1. And that's going to be a really nice stuff of that engage there by White Sharks. And a double kill there coming out for i33. And that's the kind of stuff you expect to see from him. And EE going to pick up a pistol kill there onto Xiao Tiantian. And that should be the signal pretty much the end of round 1 as the bomb is dropped there. And is most likely going to get caught looking the wrong way. Neither one really saw each other. They both missed their flick shots, and it was EE able to switch out to the pistol more quickly and finish it off. And that will give White Sharks the early 1-0 lead. And interesting round there to begin with. Very well played by... no time to talk about it as we get into a nice triple kill there. Will open up this... And... Well, not much analysis to be had there. Just a complete whitewash in the favor of TDCQ. And maybe the quickest round we've seen here today, as that aggressive push by White Sharks got completely caught out by TDCQ. They weren't sleeping at all on it. And a beautiful double kill there, I believe, was Shaolidi? Or no, it was Sunny. It was Sunny up there, number 1 on TDCQ. And again, we're going to see a bit of a slower start here to round 3. Seeing what Diao Diao can get done. He does have 3 kills to his name. He does see i33. i33 should be able to get some nice information there. Most likely saw at least 2 there between Sunny and Diao Diao. Number 1 and 5 respectively for TDCQ. And STDT going to be holding the bridge here. Long Long making an aggressive push here and is going to get a free kill there onto EE. Shot in the back of the head. Struck down in cold murder. Sunny going to get one, but then traded out by Wei. Wei going to, or I33 going to pick up another one. Having a nice start here to the day. Does get headshotted out there by Tian Tian. And as it shakes out, that will be a 2v3 here. The bomb is now moving up to the A site and should get placed without any real issue. And Wei gonna get a nice early kill there. Does get traded out. Maybe could have waited a little bit here for Chiar to have especially once he got that pick. I'm not sure what he was thinking turning that corner. You just turn it into a 2-on-2. Why not take the straight up 2-on-2 instead of opting into a 2-on-1? A bit of a strange play there from Wei, but see if he can't relax a bit playing into this one. Nice pick there from Chiar. Lots of equipment coming over towards that doorway, but nobody home and could end up in a really nice situation there for Diao Diao if he continues to hold that line. He doesn't. He is going to go ahead and look over here towards mid. The smoke there is dying out, and I33 is in the neighborhood, but not giving any ability to get caught out there. We do see some firefight. Do see some shots fired, I believe. Oh, I33 in a nice position here. Does get seen by Sunny and is able to back out for free. Very well done by him to have the excuse me, move on from that, as EE does get a kill there onto Diao Diao. And it definitely flashed out pretty miserably there for Sunny, and he is going to go down for it, and that will be a double kill there for EE. Li does get one onto Wei, and looking for through the bridge is Tian Tian. The spray doesn't find home, and he will go down, and it will be ended there by EE. And the bomb will be defused, and that's going to even things out here at a 2-2. Whew. These rounds have been pretty fast and furious once they get started. We've seen some slow starts, but they don't stay slow for long. And look at all that equipment. Definitely getting some tags for White Sharks, but looks like they might have gotten tagged as well, but not the case, as they will be 5 members, full health. Not too big of a damage done, though, to Long Long and Li. And they are going to go ahead and back out of this situation and allow Diao Diao, the opera there, to see if he can't find a pick here onto the A site. A little bit of spray coming through the double doors in mid. And the bomb is going to join them here towards the bridge. Yet to see much action towards the B site. We've seen some one-on-one duels over there, but just from the lurking player of TDCQ, and we've seen a lot of solo holding there. I believe that job has been given to. Oh, no time to talk about that, as it does look like a nice flash there will stop that execute from I33. Been playing this mid area very well, and he will continue to hold under the bridge. Wei gonna keep trying to check that out. Another nice flash there. Gonna slow this down here, but Diao Diao does get a kill there, but is traded out by I33. I33 gonna get another one. Excuse me. Chiar gonna get a double, and kills coming back and forth. Does end up in the favor of White Sharks now in the 2-on-1. Long frantic to find his targets. Does realize that he has time to put down the bomb. No immediate threats. Oh, and a great kill there by him. On to Chiar. Oh, and another one. Really well done there to close out that round. Looking like nothing but business here for Long Long. That is one of the more serious player cams I've seen in a while. And again, we've seen so many aggressive pushes here from White Sharks, willing to run into that grenade fire that seems to come out from TDCQ around that corner every round. they don't get punished too hard for it. I don't see those health bars at the moment, but probably did get tagged up a little bit by that equipment coming through. And we do see EE holding a nice line here towards the bridge. And two White Sharks are going to continue to hold very aggressively on that A long. And looking like they might even consider turning that corner. I don't know if that would be the best idea, as the bomb, it does look like they could be in a spot here to do some damage. Although that is definitely an angle TDCQ will check coming in. So it's going to be down to how the duels here. If Chiar going to be in a nice spot to try and pick up 2 or 3. And ooh, a nice headshot opener there. And doesn't end up working out for them in the end. Looked like it might have a shot there, but Suddy going to shut that down immediately with a nice double headshot there. Doing very well to reel that in that aggressive play from White Sharks. And now it's going to be a 2v4. It's going to be down to Wei if they have any chance to salvage this, as it does look like i33. Oh, he's going to get 1, but he is now actually he's in a pretty good spot here to be able to hold until Wei gets over here. And Wei could be able to do some damage from this angle, especially since they know where the i33 is. Oh, and a little bit of tag there onto 1010, but Wei so low. And it's going to be really hard to take for this retake. And yeah, that will end it there. A nice, I'm not sure how Dao got that op shot off onto i33, but that will prompt a timeout here from White Sharks. And they're going to have 3 minutes to talk it over here. And nice to see a smile out of him. It's been pretty even here early. Of course, this is TDCQ's map selection. Just a bit of culture here for you guys. In China, a lot of people consider it fancy to leave your nails long, as it is a signal that you don't have to do manual, or it's a sign of not having to do manual labor. Similar to tanning in the West, where if you have enough time to tan, that means that you have disposable income. Although that has kind of gone the way of the dinosaur now these days, more recently with the revelation that tanning, hey, it gives you skin cancer. Long there, what a serious looking guy. He's actually a pretty nice guy. I've had a few chats with him before, back during the WCA while he was on Red Lantern. Coach here for White Shark getting involved in the discussion. And it does seem like a pretty intense discussion here. Still only about halfway through our timeout. Both teams still talking it out. TDCQ seeming to be a little bit more casual here with the discussion, whereas it seems like a full forum over there on White Sharks. I don't think it's time to push the panic button for either side yet. TDCQ has looked good in these early rounds. Definitely looking like they might be beating White Sharks here to the punch a little bit. But you would say that is a little bit unexpected. You would most likely think White Sharks would have the advantage here and would probably not be satisfied unless it's a 2-0. White Sharks, of course, being the bigger org here and having more backing behind them. White Shark himself, the player, most likely the most famous player in CFPL history in China. I know that 70kg is probably the most famous outside of China. Ooh, nice pick off through the bridge there, and it's going to be a really aggressive push here by TDCQ, and it doesn't work out at all as everybody getting a piece of the action. i33 picking up a double kill. And completely stuffed was that bridge attempt. And only Diao Diao going to be alive. Trying to do the impossible 1v5 with a pistol. And no big surprise there that he does, in fact, go down. And that round was over in a flash. No pun intended as well. I'm terrible at these unintentional puns. And does look like the bomb's going to be tossed down there in a pretty safe spot. And could see things slow down a bit. Nice little, does look like we see some action here between Sunny. And Sunny will get dunked there by the grenade. But Lolo going to get one himself and going to get a double now. Ooh, and the double trade back here by Chiar going to give them the man advantage on the defensive side. Diao Diao, not much to shoot at over here. Had he been a little bit more patient, he could have had sight onto SCTT, and he definitely did get vision of him there for a second, but just ever so barely. He did seem to be looking in that direction. And still with 1:20 on the clock, I think a smart play here by TDCQ. The only way they can win this round, really, in my opinion, is if they can get a pick from Diao Diao before they have to put the bomb down. As that's probably worst case scenario. SCT going to take down Tian Tian. And, yeah, just toss the smoke and force him to put that bomb down somewhere. Force him into a close quarter situation where it's very hard to operate with that Barrett. And he'll have to rely on the pistol. He is going to continue to look down mid through this smoke that STTT dropped, but shouldn't be much happening with that. He does select correctly, and the A bomb site is open for him to plant, but going to be very hard for him to hold if White Sharks play this correctly. They do send two from the correct side, and ooh, nicely. Oh, he almost had it there. Oh, and he will pick it up in the end there. Wei will. Thought he might get him before he was able to hop up on the box. Not really gonna make a difference one way or the other in the end, and we go to 4-4 now. Last round of the first half. Definitely gonna look for White Sharks to try and take this here, as you want to come out on positive on that defensive side. And it is going to be a pretty aggressive push here by White Sharks towards this mid area, setting up a really nice crossfire through mid. And they could be walking straight into the trap here, TDCQ. If White Sharks can land their hits, their shots, they don't quite. A nice flash there could, oh, just really not a duel. Chiar should have won, but he ends up getting two off of it. And into a 2-on-3 situation, Chiar on a low health, yeah, and he will get taken down. If he can win this second duel, oh, i33 does get the better of him. And now Diao Diao, ooh, with a great shot there onto EE, gonna turn it into the 1-on-1. I do not believe i33 knows where the bomb is, though. So it is going to be a straight-up heads-up. Still plenty of time, though, if Diao Diao does need to go back and pick up that bomb for TDCQ, and it does look like he's going to start heading that direction. He's going to take it nice and slow, though, here. And that could play very much into i33's hands. A very experienced player. I don't expect him to do anything crazy here. Holding a nice line, staying in a nice area where the M4 should give him the advantage over that Barrett. And yeah, he's definitely going to wait for the bomb to go down. It does finally get picked up by Diao Diao, and he could run straight into the line of sight there, and he does get seen. And oh, they definitely know where each other are. He throws the... What a clever play there. Well done there by i333. Or i33. He tosses... Finds a weapon there by the door. Tosses it out as the decoy. Then pops out the other window and takes him down. Very, very clever play. Really, you gotta say, sexy play there from i33. That was incredible. Very heads up play there from him. Man, I want to see a replay of that one, because that was nice. I'm still reeling from that one. That was so nice. Definitely completely caught looking the wrong way was Diao. And just showing that veteran status i33 did. And it paid off, as that was a big round win there for White Sharks to come out on the positive side of the defensive half. Because as TDCQ, you still feel like, job done. We got our 4 rounds on the attack. But definitely a big morale saver there for White Sharks, as it never feels good to go down on the defensive side. And quite a huge stack, looking like they're going to 5-man enter here on the A site in force, and Diao going to slow that down immediately with a pick. And Long going to get another one, looking to get 2, and he's in such a great position here. He might get another. And there's no way it's going to work at this point here for White Sharks. The rotations have come across. They're stuck like pigs in a pen there, and they will take down 3, actually, and turn it all of a sudden into a 2-on-2. How did that happen? Just absolute madness there. Looked like for all the world this was completely over. SCT picking, or EE, from that angle. He's going to pick up another one. And now all of a sudden, but that's not going to help. Now it's, heads up 1-on-1. EE on very low health. Sunny with a full HP to his name, but we all know that doesn't matter much when it comes to the Barrett. That is a one-and-done weapon right there. You hit him once, and that is game over. Definitely the better spot here to hold solo is the A point, especially with the op. There's a lot of places to clear on this bomb site. And should be able to hear him, EE, as he comes down. Doesn't check that box yet. And just slowly looking for it. Timer ticking down dangerously close. And oh my goodness, he's going to get shot right in the back. That's a little unfortunate. Trying to play the timer game. I don't know how I feel about that one either direction. Tried to get cute with it, and it almost worked. Timer was down to about 8 seconds when he finally got found out. But maybe should have tried to pop out at some point, as he definitely heard footsteps for sure. Tiny little bit of tag damage there onto Chiar. Nothing too big. Tinhin in a very interesting spot here. If the BXQ does come out, that's not a common spot you see held, and it could surprise White Sharks. They do have 3 members over there towards that B bomb site, and Sunny trying to get some information towards advanced information from this A site, and he might have to pay for it. Gonna try at least take 1 with him. Most likely a one-and-done situation here if he can. And He does get vision on it first. He does get down one. Can he get another? And he does get two. Can he get the third? He does. Looking for a four now. And he's going to get it. And Sunny, look at, can he complete the ace? Chiar not going to let him have it, as he does take a fight with Diao Diao. And he doesn't quite get it. He wanted it so bad. He wanted it so bad. Sunny, though, very well played around by him. As I said, you know, that position is typically maybe you get one and then you go down, but hey, at least you got the information. But instead picks up 4. Very, very well played by him. And TDCQ can mark off that round thanks to Sunny. Now 7-0 on the round in the second half. That's absolutely bonkers, as we've only played 2 rounds. That means you got a 3K in the first one and a 4K in the second one. Stepping up here for TDCQ. Just looking really good here. And that's definitely what you like to see out of these young squads. White Sharks will slow it down here a little bit. A bomb site pretty open here, assuming you don't take the bridge route, but that does look like the decision. And we could have a really big firefight here. Tin Hen gonna get 1-1. And Sunny trying to make it 8 and 9. He does get 8. And elsewhere on the map, the rest of White Sharks went down except for Wei. And it's really starting to fall apart here for White Sharks. They kind of wish they had that timeout now, as Sunny just could not have a hotter hand right now. Does finally get shut down here by Wei, and that could be that could be enough of a morale boost. Just shutting him down might just be enough to slow down. Oh, well, there you go. That is a poster of White Sharks from their season victory. We do still have, I believe, 3 members from that team. I33, EE, and STTT. I can't remember if EE was on that team or not. Oh, man. It's been a while. It's been many a season ago. And we do see creeping in towards mid here. Sunny in charge of watching the bridge here from below. Is a really nice place to hold that spot, as it's so hard to return fire down, straight down through that bridge. Long Long and Li Li going to be holding over here to this side. Definitely been a bit of a quiet match here for Li Li so far. Sitting on only 1 kill. I33 had a really nice... Oh, no time to talk about that, as the execute does come across. And a double kill again for Sunny. He's just popping off right now. It's actually out of control. I mean, at this point, you expect him to just walk in and kill all 3. Instead, he gets taken down by Chiar. And it's going to be all up to Diao Diao with the Deagle out. He's going to switch it back to the Barrett and try and get a pick here before he has to pull it out. Ooh, it just... That's... It's definitely how you have to feel as Diao Diao in that situation. Just as you decide to unscope, the last thing you see is a head on your crosshairs. And that's a bit rough. But finally, White Sharks will pick up a round on the attacking half here. And TDCQ looking to really take it to White Sharks here and try and close it out in regulation. Just need 3 more wins to put on the board. But White Sharks, now that they have that first round win, could be looking to put more and more on the board. We do see all 5 members of White Sharks over here towards this B site. As we say that, I33 looking like he's going to go for a roam. Looks like he's going to go on walkabout, as they say down under. He does head over towards this bridge area, while the other 4 members, or about 3 members towards the B, 2 in mid, and a bit of indecision here from White Sharks, as they could be waiting for that smoke to fade before they come in, and that would be a good idea. Never want to enter a choke point, and it will get stalled out a little bit more here. And you got to be looking at I33 and Way to try and get something done here in mid, and they don't quite get it done, and Tian gonna get a double. That execute got stuffed pretty readily. It just felt too slow here from White Sharks. So predictable. TDCQ was able to use a lot of equipment to just slow that execute down to a snail's pace, to the point where every member was ready for it, and they just got mowed down in that choke point. Good round there from TDCQ. Looking like they're going to take map 1 here. Ooh, that had to have hurt. It actually did not at all. I lie. Sunny having the heavenly touch today. Not only in kills, but also in avoiding grenade damage, apparently. And in the end, it's actually I33 and STTT who get tagged here by the grenades. Not too much worse for wear, though, and it looks like they will find out that A bomb site completely undefended. Ooh. I33 gonna get a double there before getting traded out, and kills coming in fast and furious now. All of a sudden into a 2-on-2. The bomb is down, though. SCTT gonna need to win this duel. He doesn't, and he's got coming from both angles. He gets dropped from the back, and now EE gonna have a chance here. Oh, he had it lined up. You have to feel like he should have hit that one. He's gonna get flashed out. He's gonna get taken down by Lili. And finally playing his way into this game. I talked about how we hadn't heard much from him yet, and now 5 kills and putting it on to oh no. Oh no. Diao gonna start us off with a man advantage here for but a nice play here from STTT. Parkour does get taken out in the end there by Diao, now with 3 on the round. And looks like TDCQ gonna take map 1 here unless I33 can do something magical, which he can't because he's caught with the pistol out and bunny hopping down mid. And really impressive stuff there out of TDCQ, and you have to feel that it was completely on the back, like at least 90% on the back of Sunny there. We did see people step up at other times, but good God, did Sunny have an amazing second half there, and White Sharks never got anything going on the attack. They looked okay on the defense, especially after the timeout. They brought it back to a 5-4 and felt doable for both sides, and then just got pretty much stuffed in on the attacking side. They just never got anything going. I think probably the most telling round of that one was when they were going for the B execute, and the entrance was smoked out. They decided to wait for the smoke. Then they got flashed, waited for the flash, and then still just kept like ramming their heads against the wall and said this is the only way to do it. But let's look at this social media. Talking about Middle House on Mexico TD, for me being a god of it. Here, next one here on Ankara, the A bomb site upstairs. K being a really, being a demon there. Uh, oh man, it's too hard. In season 8, Xiaofeng, he uh did a 1v5 against EP, I believe is what they're saying. Oh man, too fast for me. Too fast for me. But anyway, I was saying that it just seemed such a predictable B push in the end that everybody on TDCQ was completely ready for it, and it just got completely stopped out there by them. And just time and time again, we never saw White Sharks get anything going on that attacking side. And when they started to drop, they would drop all at once, pretty much. Never ran into those. Never even had a chance with those 2v3, 3v2s. It was typically showing up like a 2v4, 1v3, 1v4. Just a really dominating second half of the map there, of our first map there from TDCQ. Looking very good going into our second map, which of course is sub-base, and that is White Shark's map pick. So definitely will see if they can't bounce back from it. I would have liked to see that round that I was just discussing here so that we could see what we're talking about, but instead we're going to see Long 1v1ing in the mid for a kill, and then disrupting the defensive positionings and getting onto the A bomb site. It is TDCQ on the attack. Yeah, and Long definitely, yeah, this was a good round. He gets to creep up here on EE in the mid, under the bridge here, and just pop him in the back of the head and throw absolute chaos into the defensive side as they are getting attacked from multiple angles. Yet definitely should have had some kind of eyes on mid, as yeah, just right there in the back of the head. And then Chiar not going to be able to rotate over in time to kill him. And although trades are coming across here, Tian is going to get over here, and it is actually going to be Tian who takes down Wei. And then it's up to, or excuse me, EE, and then it's up to, or STTT. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit jumbled here at the second. But as the time winds down, he's going to get taken out by Wei. And now it's up to Lili and Diao. And Lili going to pick up one. Now down to Chiar in a 1v2 situation, still doable for him. And just not peeking there, and Diao going to pick it up from the long distance. Yeah, it was definitely that play from Long that made that point possible, as they were definitely almost even numbered, only that one man playing to the B site. They had read out the play. They had read out 99% of the play from TDCQ. They just forgot to read out the fact that Long was just going to waltz through mid, murder their sniper, and just walk up and mafia style execute him in the back of the head. And then, you know, what do you do from there? But we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with the conclusion, or with the next map.
专为游戏竞技定制，冠军战队专属选择，龙珠女子战队倾城代言，专业电竞显示器 iGun 爱公。
Welcome back here to our match between TDCQ and White Shark FC. Or, excuse me, Easy? That would make more sense. Easy. And definitely a bit of an unexpected domination from TDCQ. Pretty much. I mean, it was close there for a while, but then really ended up being pretty one-sided on the second half. And if TDCQ can come up with the 2-0 here against White Sharks, that would kind of throw the bottom half of the table into a bit of turmoil, as that would put a pretty big gap there for them. Excuse me. Would give them a chance to separate themselves from the top of the from the bottom of the table and leave those down there at the bottom of the table with less positions to climb up easily. Because as it stands right now, whichever one of those teams at the bottom of the table can pick up their first 2-0, they can make a huge leapfrog over all the rest of them. Or if they are, you know, sitting there in the middle, the bottom middle of the table, they can be leapfrogged really easily. You know, TDCQ sitting down there just above Flipside, I believe right now. And if they can pick up this 2-0, they can jump straight up into playoff contention pretty much. Of course, White Sharks not going to be looking to let that happen. And we're going to go see what happens here on White Shark's map, Subbase. Give me 1 second, my headphones fell out. Oh, well, we're just going to do this one without game sound then. Getting into it here, the bomb is just going to be dropped outside of spawn. And it looks like they're going to give some time here to EE to see if he can't get a pick down mid. There's a smoke there which will slow them down. But he is going to be looking across it as it dies. Nobody there to pick off. TDCQ doing a good job of staying home here, and everybody should know at this point that that is a danger position to be seen from down that hallway. It does look like i33 considering playing into the vents, but decides better of it and just gonna see towards that B door. And ooh, a big important duel there, and he gets flashed out completely. SCT does manage to cover it up, and Diao gonna get the up close and personal body shot with the Barrett. Nice 3K there from SCTT though. Gonna let them onto the site if only they had the bomb. But they do have a 3-on-1 situation, and they know where the bomb is, so they should be able to close it out. And they do find the kill there onto Diao. That was a bit, I think probably both of them were a bit shocked at how close quarters that was there at the vents entrance. But almost certainly i33 was caught off guard by that one. Again, E gonna look down through the hallway, gonna take a Gonna poke through that box, make sure nobody's lying in wait. Bomb is still sitting out there. So looking like a similar plan to last round. See if EE can't pick anything down this long hallway down mid. And does look like i33 will be in charge of the bomb again at some point. He is playing the exact same area he was last round, but Diao not. He has taken that sniper over towards the A site here, watching this stairwell where the equipment is coming down. Although it doesn't look like they're ready to commit to that play yet. Ooh, a nice pick there by i33, or it should be counter or defense of a pick from Tian more than anything, as it was Tian coming out and being aggressive. But Li or Long gonna decide to play that aggressive, decide to show some aggression himself and even things up, and Diao gonna make a nice hit shot there onto Wei. Ooh, and E gonna get a double kill with the pistol, looking for 3 with the pistol. What is this out of this kid? What a triple kill with the pistol. That third one from such distance into that control room. That was absolute madness. And Sunny gonna walk to his demise here. Yep. Very hard for him to retake on that A site. There's only 2 real entrances. And when you're in a 3-on-1, unless you're the defender, it can be basically impossible to win that. He did choose the correct direction to come from. There is more cover in that area. Diao looking, and pretty much that might be the first round that EE wasn't actually in that position looking for the snipe. He will head over there now, and could be interesting here between Diao and EE. And we do see fire coming across. I would like to see that Diao actually is over here towards the B site, but it does look like he does see that spray coming through. And it really does seem like EE had a shot there onto Tian. I don't know if the angle just wasn't right or if I was looking at it incorrectly, but he is going to rotate over here, and he could end up straight in the line of Diao, similar to how we saw FaZe die here on sub base last round. He is going to get a turkey or like a clay pigeon there to hit out in front of him as the distraction. And actually SCT going to get a double, Wei going to get a double, and that should be the end of the round here, as i33 going to end it up. Does i33 going to knife his own teammate in the back after the end of the round. Some BM there. Having a bit of a fun time now as they go up 3-0 perhaps. Starting to feel it. And I guess this is why White Sharks does come out here and choose sub base, as it does look like they have it pretty much set on how to win this map, as they just seem to completely have TDCQ's number right now. May consider a pause here soon if they lose this round. What does TDCQ? Ooh, nice kill there from EE. And that's just to bring it back to our first match of the day. That we just didn't see that from Flipside ever. It was most notably on the attacking side when FaZe finally did decide to pick up that op. It just felt like he was never playing with confidence with it, and he lost that duel, and we saw it won there very cleanly by EE, sitting now on 5-1, looking to make round 4 White Sharks as well. A nice kill there by Long Long, looking for 2. He does get taken down by STTT. And Lily is wandering around. I33 could be in a really nice position here. He needs to play it slow, though. The bomb is down. There's no reason to get anxious. It does seem like they have an idea that he's in there, but not much you can do about it with the bomb ticking down. It's almost better that they know that he's in there, unless this happens. But it can be really hard to get the defuse out in time if they play from these way back positions. They are going to come out and challenge. He needs to just back out. Yeah, he's got a defuse now. Oh, he did get that double kill. That's actually, I did not see the second one come through. Very surprised that they took that duel simultaneously. I would have liked to see what we saw out of Flipside to bring it back again to our second match, where take that duel one at a time with such low time on the clock. Basically just checking the bomb. He's either got to be defusing or stopping you. And we did see the timeout come out. And I think even though you won that last round, it's still a good timeout because you did not probably deserve it. I think it was just basically a mistake. A straight up mistake there from White Sharks that allowed them to get that last round. So definitely going to need to stop and take a look at what the issue is here for TDCQ, as they had to rely on a 2v1 clutch to put their first round on the board here. I still think if White Sharks had played it properly, they would never have needed a chance for that 2v1. They could have just taken it one at a time. Of course, they know the amount of time it takes to defuse the bomb. If your ally goes down, you wait till almost that amount of time, pop out, and take the duel again. And they shouldn't have enough time to complete the defuse at that point. Maybe the timing wasn't quite right, but regardless, it does put TDCQ on the board. I believe now 4-1. I could be mistaken here, but definitely looking like White Sharks going to be able to head into the first half with a winning record there in the rounds. Still talking it out here are the teams. Bit of a smile there on Solo's face. Definitely gonna have to hear from somebody after the match about the TK knifing at the end of the round. I wonder if that actually goes onto their KDA as they did die for that round. Does that reduce that player's KDA, or do our statisticians factor that in? I wonder. But looks like we are ready to get back into it. See what TDCQ can do to turn this around. Oh, it is only 3-1. I guess I was factoring in. It just felt like that was a guaranteed win there for White Sharks in that last round. I definitely still think the timeout was warranted. As I said, it probably should be. Oh, we just can't find that kit. Ooh, gets dinged in the head there by Lili. Doesn't quite take him down, but STTT will go down. And now finally we see some life from TDCQ. Looking like the pause did a lot of good here. Still doable here for White Sharks. They are on the attack. If they can get the bomb onto a site and a kill as they come in without losing anyone, could definitely be able to pull this round out. Tintin in a good spot there. Is going to get taken down through the box. Nice headshot from Wei. Knowing that angle. Oh, he is going to get taken down now, though. I believe that was Li Longlong on that kill. Now going to be up to I33 and Chiar. Chiar been playing well this season and looking to try and clutch one out here. He does pick that one up onto Lili, or Lolong, excuse me. And then i33 gonna pick one up onto Sunny. And I guess you steal one from us, we steal one from you. Because Diao gonna have a hard time to retake this. And ooh, that had to have been a little bit scary from i3 popping out, looking straight down that scope. But he does pull off the headshot. And that will give us the 4-1. So really gonna feel a bit robbed from that one TDCQ, but they got they pulled off a highway robbery in there to win their first round, so maybe all things square now. Nobody can complain about losing those clutches. EE here gonna look like first time we might see the duel here down this hallway between Diao and Lili. Or excuse me, and EE. There's too many of the double characters here for me. Everyone except Sunny on TDCQ has it, and EE also on White Sharks has it. They're just trying to mess with the casters, I'm telling you. Bomb is down out near the spawn. Is going to get picked up now. And looks like we will see a full 5-man execute on the A site. Coming from a couple different angles, though. Not all just storming down the stairs. Ooh, TR going to get tagged as they start this, though. Looks like it will come out now, though. 4 members coming through the stairs and 1 to sweep around. Ooh, and getting flashed out miserably there was Long. Just couldn't quite find the luck. And that will be a clean sweep there for White Sharks. i33 gonna close it out with the double kill, and looking all White Sharks all the time, at least for this first half here. Already solidifying a winning attacking half for themselves is White Sharks. Ooh, close duel here. Nobody landing their shots. Actually, I say that, but a lot of shots were landed, just not the final one. EE did go down in the meantime, though. I would guess from Diao, we missed their first actual sniping battle there. Although the location he went down, it looks like he might have gotten AK'd. He might have gotten taken out by an assault rifle in the room. I could have just not been paying attention there. Caught sleeping. My apologies. I did miss that kill completely. Sunny here. Gonna be the first line of defense if they do decide to follow through with this B execute. Bomb is sitting over there. Ooh. Nice kill there by Sunny to stop it before it starts. And that will give them the 2-man advantage now. And, ooh, some quick kills out here. Way gonna get one with a grenade and then followed up with a M4 kill. Oh, nice jumping shot through into the duct there. Gonna turn it back around. And Way all on his own. He's got 2 on the round. Trying to pull off the 1v5 here. And gonna have a chance here to start it off well if he can win this duel here against Long, and he does. And now it's theoretically much more doable here. Oh, clever here. Very clever here from him. Doesn't rush in to set the bomb, and oh, he had a chance there. It is Diao who is gonna snipe him out there, but oh, you felt it was a possibility, especially with how many rounds White Sharks has been stringing together. It just felt like it entirely could have gone their direction there. But we do see it start to get even out a little bit more here. Oh, nice opening kill here by i33. Gonna put the man advantage in favor of White Sharks. The bomb is standing here aggressively towards A here, I believe, in the hands of STTT. And not yet to decide what they want to do with it yet. They know they have a kill in mid. A big flash there. I don't know if that was a flash onto themselves or not, but the rotations are coming out immediately from TDCQ. Could be a little too late. Big flash there onto Lily, but he is able to wait it out and get the kill in the end. Wei is going to come over here to try and duel him as action is going across on the other side of the map. Sunny comes out the victor, but gets taken down by STTT. All while this continues between Lily and Wei, and looks like going to be very hard for Lily. He does duck out of vision there, but STT should be able to see those bullets flying across, and he will win the duel in the end, and that's going to push us to 6-2. Important round here. TDCQ has to pick this one up to have any chance, but it's gonna be so difficult to pull out this kind of comeback. It's already guaranteed at least a 6-3. If it goes to a 7-2, you have to feel it's almost already over here. And we do see number 5 here, Diao Diao, looking to take that battle towards the mid area. Ooh, a nice win here. Gonna take out 2 here for White Sharks, and it looks like, again, like it's just going to be a complete stomp here in the 7th or in the 9th round, and this map has been all White Sharks all the time. Way there on your screen. Still had the belief there for a little bit that he could just completely pull off that 1v5. I apologize. I was just informed by somebody watching that I'm going to start using, especially for TDCQ, I'm just going to start using their numbers here in the second half. Solo there on your screen. Not sure why he changed his name to I33. I'll have to ask him at some point when I get a chance. Sunny can't put that magic together that we saw on that first map. He was playing it so well. But now they will have a chance to go on the attack here. But it's definitely looking like we're headed to a 3rd map. And Wei gonna get the early entry kill here. Playing so aggressive from that defense. And why not when you have so many rounds as a buffer? Definitely time to take some chances here on the defense as White Sharks. And EE gonna get up 1. Looking for the 2nd. Isn't able to get it out, but that will leave only 3 men alive here. I-33 unable to pick that one up onto 10-10, but we do see a lot of low health bars here on the side of White Sharks. And a bit disjointed here from TDCQ. Still trying to decide. Looks like they want to see if Lon Lon can get a duel here, and he does lose it. And it feels like a bit of a bit of a give up here from TDCQ at this point. I'm not sure why they're not working together at this point. Being down in a 4v3 is still totally doable, but everybody seems like they're doing their own thing right now. The bomb is going to get picked up here by number 1, 10-10. And I guess they will try to do something here over towards A. Looks like they might finally regroup. As, yeah, the only... Oh, and I-333 gonna put an end to that. Drop the bomb again. Sunny gonna walk over and pick it up and might get taken out himself. Oh, he will win the duel. And into a 1-on-3 situation. I guess if if you're going to put your hopes on anybody, it's definitely Sunny. As what a shot. Was on low health there from Chiar, the member from White Sharks, but still, that one tap into the... And E gonna start us off here quickly. If you're gonna pick somebody off on the TDCQ lineup, you would definitely want it to be this number 4 Sunny here. He was the carry in that first map, and TDCQ gonna have to survive. Try to survive this round. Down a man. And keep it from going on to match point. That's going to be a nice kill there. Very, very rare do you see the M4 win out in the duct versus an op, any op. Surprising, EE caught sleeping a bit there, perhaps. Tian, who is number 1 here for TDCQ, is going to get one onto I33. And now, coming across here, the bomb is going to move. Oh, and, well, that's not going to work out. Lily going to go down here as well for TDCQ. Long going to pick one up, number 2 here. And is going to clear out the bomb side a little bit. But the bomb is lagging behind him. It is in the hands of their sniper, so that would explain it. He's going to try and look down this hallway. It'd be nice if they could have gotten one before the plant came out. And we do have a 2-on-2 situation. Maybe a little bit of life left here in TDCQ. And Lolo gonna drop here to STTT. And now into a 1-on-1 as number 5, Diao Diao Dig. Ooh, what a shot. What a shot there from Diao Diao. Gonna finally put another round on the board for TDCQ, but you have to feel it's maybe too little too late. Gonna have to put together some real magic to win 7 rounds in a row to win it in overtime. White Sharks only needing 2 to close this one out. We will see. Might be a bit of a slow starting round here for TDCQ as the bomb is just sitting out there in the open. Nobody's going to pick it up. An interesting smoke there. Perhaps a failed smoke that got stuffed towards the A stairway entrance. These double doors here. It did look like there was a smoke there. Could have been a defensive smoke, but not really many people in range to throw that. A nice opening kill here by Chiar. And another one by EE. And it feels like every single round on subbase, TDCQ has had to go into it a man down, at least one man down. Diao Diao doing his best here. Sniper on your screen to try and even it out. He does get tagged and isn't able to pick up a kill. Ooh. Definitely had a shot there at it. And he does get taken out by I333. Does get traded out though. But now in a 1-on-4 situation, looking like we're going to go to match point for White Sharks. Unless Tintin here can do the impossible. The biggest issue is he doesn't have the bomb, and it does look like White Sharks have found the bomb. So, going to be basically impossible, but if he could do it, boy, that might be the highlight reel of the year. Highlight play of the year, the 1v5. And all while the only man alive. He's going to look for it here. But it's just so impossible to go pick this up. He does get another one. 3 on the round there for him, but not enough in the end. Very unsurprising. And that will put us onto map point here for White Sharks. Definitely looking like they're going to take us to our 3rd map onto TD Mexico. Which you might have to favor White Sharks in that one. But we'll have to see. Not sure where that flash came from. But it does find its way onto Tian. Number 1 here from TDCQ. And we do see bomb swung towards A pretty rapidly and then stopped immediately, most likely in the hands now of their sniper. In oh no, it is Long Long with the bomb here, number 2, and looking like number 1 Tian Tian gonna head into the ducts to see what he can get from that. And looking like we might see a B execute here. Tian Tian, number 1 here, creeping in. Does look like they've been caught out. Lost the surprise factor, but they are going to go anyway. And getting some one on the entry. EE trying to pick up a second. Not quite, couldn't reel in his aim there. And it does look like the early trades here are going to go in TDCQ's favor, and the bomb will go down. Going to have to do, excuse me. Now it's going to be, well, kills coming in on all parts of the map. And before I can talk about what happened, we're in a one-on-one. And it ends. And that's the end of the map. What a strange one to finish there. Just duels happening all over the map. And ends up with one man standing and the bomb defused. And that will push us to our third and final map here. And gonna be a big one here for the standings. Still, even just the 1 point is a pretty decent result here for TDCQ. If they can come away with 2 points, that would be huge. White Shark's gonna feel like they need to pick up 2 here. Probably thought that they would be able to pick up the 2-0, but that's definitely not gonna happen here. They did look so dominant, though, on this sub-base, and that's going to be an issue moving forward if TDCQ is going to look like that on sub-base, and they have to ban Port and Mexico. Even if your sub-base isn't amazing, you might just take it against TDCQ if theirs is that bad. Although, you know, definitely White Shark's sub-base is very good. And they looked very crisp on it. I don't think we saw anything too revolutionary, though, from White Sharks. It was pretty standard stuff. And just kind of outclassed TDCQ round after round. Almost just winning it on mechanics alone. They did run some pretty good set plays, it looked like, but definitely puts a bit of worry in the mind for TDCQ in this last map here for a couple of reasons. First being, well, now they've lost pretty much all momentum. And secondly, if what I'm saying is actually true, then, you know, if they don't have the mechanical skill to keep up with White Sharks, that can really show in Team Deathmatch. Of course, on your screen here are the Chinese casters. On the right here, Wu Tong, and on the left, Nice, former pro player for EP. Won a lot. I'm sure those of you who have been keeping up with international Crossfire, well, let's hold off on me complimenting Nice while we watch this execute onto the A site. This will be White Sharks. And we do see, again, one man playing on his own. It is I33, I believe. No, it is it is I33. I am correct. And down below, is a pretty standard hold here from TDCQ. I33 playing in that duct. He was playing over in that area the whole time on the attack, or most of it. The entry is pretty good here. Long Long getting flashed out pretty miserably, and they do trade 2 for 1 there on the site, but a nice, huge kills there from I33 make that look a lot less close than it was. Just doing a really good job of lurking there and then popping out at just the right time. Maybe something I criticized last match between Flipside and U9 it was something I criticized a U9 player for Cool. That's right. I was criticizing Cool for that exact issue where he needed to decide on his own from the audio cues he had been given when it was time to pop out, just like i333 did, or i33 did, and he could have had a very similar looking play, but instead it didn't amount to anything, and Flipside won that round. So you can definitely see the difference. i33 played that really perfectly. I might just start calling him Solo. Solo is so much easier to say than i33. Or maybe just eliminate one of the threes from his name. Just call him i3. We'll figure something out. Because that is only getting more difficult as the day goes on. And, excuse me. We will look at a couple of social media posts here. Let's see if I can keep up this time with the translations. Is it yet to pop up on my screen? There we go. On Port A site, there are a lot of really good snipers who have great performances there, including during the season TGF versus Hung HG at Port one time. TF on that A site pulling off a 3K and declaring himself the best sniper in China. As far as positions, this person says it has to be on compound B site, where NP pulled off a 3-kill with one shot, which should now be known as NP's spot. That they should just change the call to NP. I can only remember my favorite Snake Brother. Season 7. Oh, well, that one just disappeared immediately. Thanks, guys. No chance. Just completely not considering me over here. I'm just joking. But, of course, if you want to get in on that conversation, you can use your Weibo account to scan the QR code that will pop up here once we go to break to get in on that action. And when we come back, of course, we will have Mexico Team Deathmatch to decide the victor here between White Shark and TDCQ. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Getting ready to decide the victor here between TDCQ and White Shark FC or EC. I want to call them FC so badly. Definitely looking to see which team will take this in team deathmatch. It's a different beast from Sabotage, as we saw earlier, between Flipside and U9. Most likely will be played a bit more close. I do want to take a second. I did see in the break we saw some highlights there. Man, what a classy triple kill there from EE with the pistol. Just showing first kill he was set up for, second one was a reflex, and that third one from downtown into that control room. Just beautiful, beautiful shot there. And of course, this is that code you can scan to get in on the conversation. Use that hashtag CFPL and get in on this discussion of which spots are notorious. Maybe bring some international love to the scene. See if we can't get some. I can't think of any. Maybe from CFGI, perhaps. FaZe holding on that port side of A site way up there, pulling off multiple multi-kills there, at least 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. We've definitely seen some great sniper play up on that point from many players on that map. Great map to see great defensive play, as it is quite biased towards that defensive side. But I think maybe top play of the day goes to EE with that amazing triple kill there with those pistols. I think looking forward to this TD, we should be getting into it here pretty quick, but it might be difficult for TDCQ to keep up with White Shark's mechanics here, as that can be so important here on this last map, Mexico TD. Of course, this map probably one of the most played here on the Chinese server. They've been playing it for so long, which makes it so hard for those European teams to come in here and contest on it. So it's not about those positions where everybody knows. It really just comes down to mechanics and working teamwork in such little small spaces of communication, trying to communicate so much as people are respawning and coming from all different angles. Let's get into it. White Sharks versus TDCQ. Let's find out who comes out on top. And into it immediately, and just kills flying left and right, and a little bit of the early pressure advantage is going to go to White Sharks here. They're going to take control of the middle house here and the strong boxes side. TDCQ going to try and use the weak side arches here to retake some map pressure. But it's going to get shut down there. I-33 going to get taken out in the end, though. And wow, kills coming all over the map here for TDCQ. And into the spawn here is Sunny. And doesn't quite get as much as he'd like. He does pull out 2, and that will relieve a lot of pressure and allow TDCQ to get back onto the map. They haven't really done it very well, though, and they have ceded the strong side again to... They have taken that strong side, and TDCQ will retain control of the mid-house, although it did trade over to White Shark's position here briefly. And Long here holding it again with the double kill, and that's should signal here a bit of a point increase here for TDCQ, although they aren't quite able to get the full map pressure on yet, and that they could be able to do it here, although just relieve some pressure over there on that strong side did White Sharks, and they are going to storm into it, and this could be rough news for TDCQ, as it looks like they might be pinned into their spawn a little bit here, but and that's bad news. Of course, a suicide here from I-33 will cost them 2 points. A -1 for White Sharks and a +1 for TDCQ. So look at that in the score. It's not quite exact. You have to factor in that suicide. Nice double kill there from Wei. And so currently now TDCQ in a 2-point advantage, 3-point. That can come back to haunt teams, those suicides. That is, of course, a rule that was implemented to prevent people from killing themselves on low health to respawn at full health. Nice 3K though from Chiar, number 5 there on White Sharks. And back and forth, it's very, very tight here in the early stages. We've yet to see anybody really be able to bottle either team into the spawn. TDCQ and White Sharks have shown great proficiency at great triple kill there from Wei. Excuse me, it's so hard to do this solo casting on this TD so fast. Double kill here from i33. Gonna look for more, and now we might see the first real bottling up here of TDCQ. They're gonna have to do something to get out of their spawn here, and E gonna continue to stop that. Gonna need the reinforcements. They might have to seed the weak side there, and yeah, E will go run over to help reinforce the strong side. And it does look like they're gonna let TDCQ get to that weak side. See what they can get done from there though, as they've yet to be really able to get back out onto the map, and they are gonna get shut down on that weak side. EE again on the respawn is able to stop that, and this should be big points here by White Shark, as they are able to continue to keep them in the spawn, and it is showing on the leaderboard now. First real advantage we see from White Sharks, and now 54-36. Actually, technically 53-38, but I'm not going to keep track of that until the very end unless it's necessary. So it is technically possible we could have a tie on this map now because of the suicide. So we will see that moving forward. Nice double kill there from Sunny. Gonna make it a triple, and looking for more in the middle house. Does get taken out there by i33 for a double kill of his own. He's gonna look for the triple. Tian here, number 4, gonna back out. Did take a tag there to the neck, it looked like, on that shot tracker. Ooh, nice kill there from Chiar. Gonna make it a triple, or STT gonna make it a triple while he gets a double. And that's going to be bad news here for TDCQ, as now they're going down about 20 points. This is starting to look pretty ugly here in the favor of White Sharks. TDCQ been cooped up in their spawn here for a good long while. They got to find some way to get back out on the map. Need a good solo play or good team flashes here, as i33 going to not let it happen. Wei and him both going to pick up double kills, and Lolo is going to be able to get some pressure out here towards that weak side. And it looks like finally TDCQ are able to re-establish themselves out on the map. Although, as I say that, STTT going to pick up a double kill and keep that pressure on. And we still haven't seen a big 3-4K out of TDCQ, which you kind of need to get out of these situations. And it keeps showing on the scoreboard as the lead gets bigger and bigger. Another double kill here for SCTT. Chiar picking up one, gonna look for another. He is flashed out, but will get it anyway. As the flash wears off, can make it a triple. Looking for 4, not quite, stolen by a teammate. Still looking for that 4th though. Is gonna get flashed out again. The spam will come down, and that just shows exactly why. Once you get that a triple kill there for E, and just showing, a 4K now. Look at, can he get 5? Let's start the tracker. He got a chance here as Dada's going to come around, and he's going to get the 5th. Can we go for 6? Oh, doesn't get the pistol out in time. Looking to try and fill his rack there. Isn't able to, but it's looking like all White Sharks all the time. And looking to almost push it to a 40-point advantage. This is looking almost cleaner than the... This is actually looking cleaner than the... losing track of myself here. Wei gonna pick up a double. And actually, it does look like TDCQ finally able to get back out on the map. They're going to have to hold these positions here, 10-10, very important. And the reinforcements do come through, and they are finally able to re-establish themselves on the map here, on that strong side, and maybe have a chance here if they can clear out the middle house here. Lily gets one, but there's a couple more in there. Big kill here from Sunny. And STT going to clean that out. And just not quite able to completely get it done here is TDCQ. But they have slowed the bleeding here now. They will have some map pressure to work with. They're going to have to deal with those members in the middle house, though. Double kill out here from Sunny. And I33 running rampant in their spawn now. And that's going to signal bad news here for TDCQ, as it does look like they're going to get shut down into their spawn again. Going to have to do something. Nice triple kill there. Could give them an opportunity to get back out on the map. And another a 4K now for Lily, and Diao getting a double for himself. And that will actually, it's those kind of plays that will let you get that map pressure back out there. And they are going to take control of both the middle house and strong side. So a chance here to maybe claw their way back into it for TDCQ, as it's going to be difficult for White Sharks to get out, but they do so almost immediately with a nice end around here from Wei. And now tables completely turned around, and it is TDCQ again caught out in their spawn and going to have to find a way to get out. Anyway, before all of this action was happening, I want to take a second to discuss on why that map pressure is so important. As we see Lily trying to go for the big end around play, and he does get around, but there's not much left to clean up as his teammates have already done it. He still is in a pretty good position, but going to be in a lot of danger now. And still though, very well played there from TDCQ. Gonna slow the bleed again and continue to hold that disadvantage at 30, but they're going to have to do something to close the gap. And soon, as we are running out of points here, and it looks like there's just not enough time. Looking at frags, of course, we have EE sitting at the top, but very close together are all members of White Sharks, and that's really what it seemed like this year for them. A real team effort. Sunny, of course, number 3 there on TDCQ, has looked good recently and continues to today, is top fragging for TDCQ along with Diao, their opera at number 2 there. And as far as why map pressure is so important, you can see it right here. This angle, even if he was flashed out, he knows the angle which he needs to hold. He knows that headshot height, and it's a pretty tight choke point, which can result in the big multi-kills and making it, once you pre-fire that corner, it's so hard to get out. Double kills go in both directions, but only 2 points left in it here. Who's going to pick up the final one? SCT in a good position, but does get taken out. It looks like it might be EE, but he doesn't. One left in it, and pushing up, making him, not letting him get it. There it is, finally from Wei. He does get the final kill, and that will be White Sharks winning 2-1. Well done there from them, and that's gonna maybe feel like they could have gotten the 2-0 today. I think you can be satisfied here if you're TDCQ. Looked really good on Black Widow. Just really off the back of Sunny more than anyone. I was especially impressed with his play today, and I have been more recently. Diao, of course, their captain right there sitting in the middle, just now off screen, has also looked really good, and I think we will see more from this team in the future. Giving a bow here is White Sharks. I think STTT looking better today, still not quite back to form. I33 for me had probably the best performance through all the maps for me. EE, their captain, of course, had that amazing triple pistol kill, also playing well for me. Wei, not as well as we have seen him in the past. I think he might have played even better against SV in their 0-2 loss. but definitely did his job today. I think we see a lot from this White Shark team now that it's a full team effort. There's not that one player that they have to rely on more than others, and that's really good looking forward for them. As that, if you have that only that one player that you really have to watch out for as the other team, there are ways to help pin that down and deal with it. And of course, don't forget, we will be back tomorrow with more action. Let me take a look real quick at the schedule before we... I guess it will pop up on our screen here, but I do have it to myself here on the right. Whew, I'm telling you guys, team deathmatch, solo casting, that's an experience. Whew, I need some water after that one. That was also much more fast-paced than we saw from the first one of the day. Pretty strong victory on that TD. Definitely showing that White Sharks are the better team on that map between the two. Really understanding how to control the map was White Sharks. You saw, especially, most notably, was EE realizing that they had the strong, or that they had the weak side, that they were going to lose the strong side if he didn't rotate through middle house to help support it. And by doing that, he did in fact solidify that position until reinforcements could come along. And then once he respawned, he immediately went to reinforce the weak side and clear that back out. And it's stuff like that you see from these more veteran players on Team Deathmatch, that awareness of how important that strong side is for boxes, in order to maintain that map pressure. Looks like we will have a look here at some more social media postings before we end the day. Tomorrow, of course, is TGF versus SV and HG versus AG. Going to be two very, very interesting matches. I'm going to skip this one here for a second. Well, talking about Bean on Ankara, and a position that he really likes to play on A small. He often gets, from that position, gets double and triple kills. That 1 year when NP got 3 kills with 1 bullet, that was on compound B site. Then talking about Shobi using the M4. I'm trying to read it too fast. I've fallen behind. I'm going to give up. I'm going to go back to talking about the... Oh, well, here, talking about Ankara. The main entrance to A on Ankara, using shooting through the smoke. Oh, didn't get through that one either. But again, as I was saying, tomorrow we do have TGF versus SV and HG versus AG, which HG versus AG, I don't need to say anything about. That's always a good match. HG may be underperforming a little bit this year, but they are fresh off a 2-0 victory over White Sharks. And yeah, as we see here on your screen. And of course, SV, formerly known as Vici Gaming, VG, the powerhouses, looking a little bit more beatable here, as they have already lost once to AG, and we have a very good new team there in TGF. Will be very interesting 2 matches tomorrow. TGF knocking on the doorstep of that three-way tie up top. Definitely, I think we will see either AG or SV fall a little bit. I don't think we'll see 2 O's in both of those matches. We could see 2 1s each, which would put Q9 in the lead. A lot of parity this year in the leaderboards, but huge gap between the top and the bottom of the table. But there's that division right there. Oh, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. That division right there in the middle, which is a pretty big separation between those at the top and those at the bottom. And so any points picked up by those teams at the bottom are good, and dropping any points from the top are devastating. So join us tomorrow to see how it plays out. That'll be all for tonight. Again, 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll see you there.